Hey guys, this is John from Walton's, and this is how to make Kickin Cajun Andouille. Now, andouille can be made out of almost any protein, but there is one thing that's in every recipe I've ever seen, and that is pork fats. Whether you're making it out of deer, regular pork, even if you're making it out of beef or some other wild game, you need to get your hands on some really good pork fat. You want to be right in between the 20 to 30% range of that fat. Pork fat's going to work way better for andouille and for most sausages because it's got a nice creamy texture, very little taste of its own, and is nice and bright white. When we're making andouille, we want really nice particle definition. So we're using this pork butt. We're just going to bone it out, making sure that we separate as much of the meat from the bone section as we can. It just makes cutting it up for the grinder a little bit easier. Now, if you're using traditional grinding methods, you're gonna wanna freeze this meat for about 30 minutes to give it a nice crust, and then grind it twice. First through a 3/8 plate, and then through a 3/16 plate. I have also done it in the past where I just go twice through a 3/8 plate, but that does leave us with a pretty chunky texture, and while andouille should have more particle definition, that's a little too chunky for what we're looking for. With this one, we used our one-shot 22 grinder with our 3/16 plate on the end. I cut the meat into long strips, fed it down the grinder, and that one shot took care of everything. We were done grinding in just a few minutes. Now, the seasoning itself has a really nice spice to it. It gets this mostly from the red pepper heat. In any andouille, you're going to have dehydrated garlic, dehydrated onions, red pepper for sure, and then it's going to be a bunch of other seasonings. Now, this can be made either cured or fresh. We made this as a cured product, but if you don't want to make a cured product, simply leave out the cure and then cook it like you would a normal bratwurst. Mixing, since we're curing this, we want to get nice protein extraction, so we're going to mix it until everything is really nice and sticky. We want to make sure that our proteins envelop our fat so that when we're smoking it, that fat doesn't melt and just leak out of the product. For casings here, we chose a 32 millimeter clear collagen casing. Now, there is a difference between the clear and the fresh collagen. Clear is designed to be smoked, where fresh collagen is not. It won't stand up to being hung in a smokehouse. Now, when we did this, we laid it out on racks, so that wouldn't necessarily have mattered, but it's a good thing to keep in mind when we're making a smoked sausage. We want to use the clear collagen and not the fresh collagen. We used our Walton stuffer for this, and we just used the largest stuffing tube that our casing would fit snugly over. When I'm holding that casing on, I'm using very light pressure here. I don't want to overstuff the casing as that can lead to blowouts, and if we were linking this, that would create a lot of issues for us. Our smoke schedule is nice and simple. We're going to start everything off at 120 degrees with no humidity and no smoke, and we're going to do this for an hour. This is basically a conditioning phase. Then we're going to add smoke and humidity and step it up to 140 degrees for an hour, then 160 degrees for an hour, and finally, we're going to finish everything off at 180 degrees until our internal temperature is 160 degrees. Now, you can stop usually right around 158 degrees because of Appendix A, but we like to cook everything up to 160 degrees. That way we know we're 100% safe. Then we're either going to put it into an ice bath for about 5 minutes, or we're going to run a shower cycle on our smoker if you have that. For your home processor, that's very unlikely, so an ice bath is the best thing to do. You want that ice bath to be about 50% ice and 50% of water when the meat goes in there. We're trying to cool it down very quick for two reasons. One, there is also something called Appendix B. This deals with cooling of the product, but also we want that casing to set nicely to the sausage. Now, the Walton's Kickin Cajun Andouille definitely has some more spice than old versions that we've sold of andouille. So if you like a spicy sausage, this is a really nice option for you. The flavor and style of the sausage makes it great to eat in a whole bunch of different ways. You can eat it just by itself with some nice spicy brown mustard. You can even put it in a bun with some peppers and onions on top. Add it to your favorite dishes like gumbo. It'll be perfect for that. Or you can also add it just to a skillet with some butter, shrimp, potatoes, corn, and load it up with this andouille. You will absolutely love it. As always, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and visit waltons.com and meatgistics.com to find everything but the meat. Thanks for watching. I'm John with Waltons, and I'll see you guys next time.
Subscribe to Walton's YouTube channel to check out more meat processing videos. Shop waltons.com to find everything but the meat. Or check out more hand-picked videos by clicking here or clicking here.